Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our short-term rental property tour. We're deal walkthrough with our WeConnect community. This one's out in Georgia again from our very own our man who's been killing them with the STRs. Before we get into him, I want to introduce my panelists, my guys, Jason and Jerry. All right, so yeah, we gotta get to this guy. This guy has been killing it. I mean, I don't think we need introduction because he's been just showing up every every couple of weeks with a new deal. And his team, his STR Nation community has been coming through with deals as well. So he's just been really doing a great thing, a great push. Welcoming none other than Chinadu. Tell everybody your story. What's going on?
My name is Chinedu Amasibe. I'm from Queens, New York. I've been connected with this group right here for about maybe 4 years. Just fresh out of college, really thought I was going to be a lawyer. I really thought that was my path. And then after graduating college, I already knew that that's not the path I wanted to go down. But not really knowing what's out there for people like me, where I'm from. And I'm so grateful that I got exposed to just people who's talking the language, man, and pushing the mission of success. And it doesn't matter where you come from, but where you're going. So after working different kind of jobs, I'm glad I got this knowledge, and I'm very grateful to be still here sharing deals, sharing with people how I did it, helping them do the same. And today I'm going to present a short-term rental deal, aka Airbnb, to keep it simple, and how you can do it with little to no money and leverage your network of people that think you're just cool. Very excited about this one.
Yeah, so am I. I'm listening, but my ears are glued to this one. And again, you can see Chinadu on social media platforms. And before I get into that, begin to a little disclaimer. Again, example shows a real result achieved by applying real estate investing education and seeking guidance and support. It does not represent any typical outcomes. Individual results may vary depending on many numerous factors, right? Each real estate investment result is unique as the real estate itself. And with that being said, Chinadu, tell us how you found this beauty.
Nice. So yeah, I found this deal. This actually started January of last year. I was marketing in the new area that I had found doing market research. Man, I think I looked at about 8 different markets before landing on this market right here. So after doing my market research, we just kept marketing for leads. And after getting so many no's, we finally got that one yes that we were looking for. And grateful enough, that landlord that we found through Zillow is actively buying, so we found this lead through him. As soon as it became vacant, he had texted me personally and said, hey, check out this house, run your numbers, let us know if it works for you. So this is a house right here. I like this house a lot, just looking at it, everything was updated from the kitchen to the bathroom, fresh paint. I like doing larger units now, so it was a 4 bed, 3 bath. So I was definitely excited about this. There's no neighbors, right? So I was very happy about that. My guests get to come and just enjoy themselves, and it had a nice private backyard. So that's what attracted me to this house in this market. And of course I ran my numbers, and then me and the landlord went back and forth until we came to an agreement on rent. I rent this house, I didn't have to buy it, which is great because I didn't have to come with 20% down, didn't have to get my credit ran, didn't have to show no taxes, W-2s, none of that good stuff. And that's the rental arbitrage strategy that I'm referring to today. So yeah, it was a nice, I don't want to say basic house, but it had all of the signs that I was looking for. Updated, large, had a lot of space, private backyard, no neighbors, off-street parking. So it was great. That's how I found it through Zillow, and this is why I picked it.
Man, it looks good. It looks clean. Looks very clean. Okay. Okay. So let's get into it. See. So, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a video walkthrough. I have 2 videos. The first video is just after we move forward, signing the lease, negotiating the terms and things like that. This is like the sexy part, the part that no one talks about with this strategy, the chaos and the and all of the moving parts that goes into it. So these are just all my Amazon and Wayfair and Walmart orders in boxes, and I had stopped by while my team was working on everything and setting things up and finding things and seeing what was missing.
Wow. Wow. Gotta love the chaos. Gotta love the chaos. And this one
Yeah,
is
that stage is always the most like nerve-wracking because like when you look at it, the deadline that you put for yourself and your team and you're
Mhm.
looking at everything on the spot, it's like, oh man, are we gonna finish? So definitely going through the motions. And this is the finished product. I think it took us about 10 days, give or take, to get everything done and situated, despite all the new challenges that came up with this house.
Looks good. Looks nice.
Yeah, so everything is mostly queen beds. I think we got two king beds and some pull-out sofas that also turn into king size mattresses, which is great. So we can sleep not just as many people, but as many people comfortably.
So you said kings and queens. Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
kings and queens.
Nice mixture. Okay. And it's just somebody walking through.
Yeah, when you guys are doing your short-term rental deals, you guys need a team that's gonna be willing to literally just get on the floor. 100%.
Okay, you got the work area, workstation, of course, that's vital. And the and the patented Chinadu massage chair.
Yeah, yo, they love it. The market can't keep up, man.
I need space for one. I ain't got a space yet. I gotta find big enough space for one in my next one.
I promise you, your guests are gonna love it, man.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure they will.
Great story about the washer dryer. So this house did not come with a washer dryer, right? But in the summer, I'm always telling you guys to negotiate and different things you can negotiate. So the landlord, he did not, I don't know what's going on in the market, but landlords right now are, limiting delivering washer and dryers in the rentals. It's up to the tenants to buy it on their own. So I had requested the landlord, if he buys the washer dryer, I'd be willing to pay it off monthly for the span of my lease. So we will get into the numbers later, but that was a cool way I was able to get a washer dryer without having to pay a dime out of pocket.
Yeah, listen, that's amazing. I didn't realize owners were being that cheap. I mean, usually that's the standard. It was the standard for a while. Maybe it's the market, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, rents are dropping like in a lot of cities right now. So I guess they're trying to penny pinch as much as they can, man. I'm not even mad at it.
That's crazy. All right, so this one is now active. So now we can get to see the actual listing. And if you have questions, please throw them in the chat. We will have a long Q&A. So definitely put your questions in the chat. We'll get to it. Maybe come off mute and you can ask your questions live. Here is the
Yeah, let's
list.
get to the finished product. Man, after all the nonsense and
Where's the
just
link?
trial and errors on this setup right here, the final
Give me one
product.
second. I don't know why the link ain't working. I don't know why. Oh, that's weird. Why isn't the link working? That's weird. Okay, give me one second. Let me pull up that link.
You have it? I can send it to you real quick.
Yeah, I have it. I'm just trying to look what I find our chat and pull it out. Pull it out real quick.
Yeah, Chin. So while we waiting, I'm curious to know real quick, do you got a discount or something with that massage chair? Because I see it in every unit, bro. So I know you got
Yeah, that's true. I see
represent
a
the
bunch of.
company or some way, man.
He's working on it, I'm sure, if he doesn't have it already.
Yeah, so honestly, just I remember coming here and one of the first things I heard that stuck with me is that real estate is a contact sport, not a contract sport. So everywhere I go, that's a value, of course. I'm really trying to make friends and introduce myself, find out what people do, just take notes so I can follow up when it makes sense, right? And I met this lady that works at Wayfair, bro, and she's an account rep and she be hooking it up with her employee discount. So I definitely get the massage chairs from Wayfair at like a wholesale price, which is pretty dope.
So,
Oh, awesome. Listen, the place looks amazing. Looks great. There's the patented massage chair with the iPad and the phone holder. So you ain't got to get up for literally nothing. All you need is like a refrigerator next to him, a little mini fridge, and he would have to move, right?
hey, that costs, man, that right there is you can charge for that right there.
Shout
Nice.
out the AI for the edits.
Of course. I love it. Yeah, that's awesome. It does look spacious. How many square footage is this again?
1600 square foot.
It looks bigger.
Think this house is gonna sleep about 16 people.
It looks better than 1500 for sure. That's nice. She's showing them all the ways they can maneuver the couches so they can have more space. That's beautiful. Right? That's helpful for them if they want to just move stuff around. Got the patented what if the
And the house
humidity is
didn't come with a
outside.
microwave.
Well, I don't think it would come with a microwave, does it?
Man, it usually does. I remember the day of the photo shoot, the photographer was like, "You guys don't have a microwave here. Did you know that?" I'm like, "Wow, didn't think about that." I had to do a Walmart run.
Yeah, I see you with the Snoop book. You always like that Snoop book. You like that
I
book.
do. It's very, very unique. I've learned over time to, you want to stack your house up with as many experience things that people can
Hmm.
remember, things that they may want to purchase at a later date that you can use your Amazon affiliate link. And just an
True.
experience, is so crazy how many people have never slept on a king size mattress before, so I'm always looking for ways
Yes.
to give people a way to experience a different life, even if it's just for a weekend.
Oh, I like that Georgia, that waffle maker, that Georgia. That's nice. That's fly. That Georgia waffle maker is cool. It's clean. Patented stickers from Chin. That's
Yeah. I even brought my nephew on this trip and gave him $300 just to put those stickers up and do other miscellaneous stuff around the house.
nice. Oh, that's good. Again, if you have questions, put them in the chat. I got a question about them. I'm like, Jerry, how much of that massage chair? That's what I want to know. I'm asking later. That's a personal question. Um, uh, that's nice. Got the mirrors on the wall. But listen, this is good, man. I could definitely see if you've seen Chinadu's growth, you've seen, oh, you got the GA. I didn't realize the mirrors say G. I just peeped that just now. I'm slow. Say GA, which is fire, right? Because this is in Georgia. Means
Yeah, them accent walls are starting to get expensive with paint, so we're always looking for ways to make the walls look good without
yes.
having to spend a lot of money.
Yes, they can be. They can be. Wow, let's do it. It sleeps a lot of people. It does. It's nice. The games on the wall, patented Chinadu style, which is nice. The tic-tac-toe.
I put the tic-tac-toe up and I didn't realize, or I didn't remember in the moment that not everybody is as tall as me.
That's what I was thinking. That is kind of tall. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, that's kind of tall. You put it for yourself.
hey,
Don't
did
be
is,
selfish, Chin.
is it projectors in the rooms too?
Just in this one room right here.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point, I am my own competition.
Yes, you are. I like that. You got the projector right in the middle. That's nice. Conveniently placed. I dig it. You got the little workout room. You made purpose of the
Just in case Jason want to come
closet.
over.
That's not enough for JJ. There's no dumbbells. There's no 100 pound dumbbells. Now this is fire. The heated towels, that's fire. Heated towels is fire. That's really good. So you would place it in before they come, so the towels are warm already, or they got to put them in there. How does that work? I don't know
Yeah,
why.
the cleaners leave it in there.
Got you. That's fire. That's nice. All right.
Yeah, so finished product. I'm definitely proud of how this setup came out.
Yeah, yeah, this is definitely one of your best ones. This is good. So you see the growth. Nice. 15 minutes of UGA. Don't forget. That's nice.
And it's football season. So this is the and another thing that made us want to take, because I remember you asked like why this deal? It was really the timing too. I love getting into markets when it's about to end its slow season. So right now, this part of Georgia is about to enter high season. So this is perfect for the first couple, maybe five bookings to go through. The hiccups and the nonsense that's gonna go
Hmm.
on. Like I told you, like this house, we have a hot tub, right? Our first hot tub in Georgia, and this property has a well, so not city water. And I've never experienced dealing with the well before. So I know the landlord told me, I'm just thinking, okay, cool. I don't have a water bill. That's the only thing going through my mind. So I'm like, perfect, more cash flow, right? But I did not know that, wells can get depleted, right? So filling up the hot tub on top of my handyman forgetting to screw the cover on, so it was just leaking the water out slowly. As soon as the first guest filled up the hot tub, they had no water for 2 days, had to give a refund, had to beg them not to leave a review, just whatever I can. So, it's always good to get in right before the high season so you can work out all the nonsense that's gonna happen. Like it's just inevitable.
You put a chair table next to the desk? That's interesting. Or the desk came like that. That's
What do you
interesting.
mean?
Right there. It looks like is that part of the whole part of the
Yeah,
desk?
it's part of the desk.
That's pretty cool. It's different. And I'm
You
sorry,
know, you
okay.
be needing some arm room, know what I mean?
I know, I get it. No, I get it. I just thought you were cool enough to find them matched. That's what I was interested about. Like, oh, you found them. Got the telescope, nice, and the hot tub. Hot tub. Nice. Plenty of activities for the kids.
Hmm.
They can enjoy it. AI kids in there with the dogs. I
Is
love it.
it
I
that
love
obvious
it.
that this is
No, it's
AI?
no, it's not because I know we did it.
So, Shin, quick question while you're going through that. How do you know if it's high season, low season? Like how would a person know? Because you said that a little while ago. Like, so
Mhm.
how does somebody know something like that if they're getting into this strategy?
Oh, nice, perfect. Yeah. So, Air DNA is a great resource that me and the people of the club use to analyze short-term rental leads and market. So, Air DNA definitely shows you for each month what you can expect for like average daily rate, what you can expect for revenue, when's your high season, when's going to be your hottest dates, slowest months of the year, and hottest months of the year. So it makes it, really easy to plan around when you want to enter a market.
Mm.
Yeah, so since he asked that question already, I'm gonna piggyback because I had wrote down market research because that's the first thing you said when you came on. You was like, "Oh, I did the market research," and I wanted to ask you how much time did it take you on this market research, analyzing this to figure, hey, this is something I want to look at doing.
Man, I'll say a few things. It's so much satisfying when you know what you're looking for, right? Because it is a long process, but when you're just shooting from the hip, it can be even longer and a bit stressful. So to find this market, like to I'd find this market, identify this opportunity here, I think it took me like, of course, not 3 days straight, but it took me 3 days before, not only finding it, but being confident to move forward, right? And I think it took another 4 months of outreach before actually getting that first yes that made sense.
Nice.
The best part about it, though, right? The best part about it is that market research, although dreadful, although very, very lucrative, right? It's a one-time event, because once you know your numbers, you understand the market. On this deal right here, I didn't even have to spend too much time running the numbers before telling the landlord yes, because it was like, oh, okay, this looks like my last deal. Oh, this looks like my last deal, so. Market research is fantastic. Definitely fall in love with it, right? I tell my guys that, and all the ladies in the club that all the time. Market research is where the money is made because it's really one-time event. You can profit off that research that I did 2 years ago, year and a half ago, you know, a couple months later, which is great.
Speaking of market research, this is how you learn this stuff. And now
Yeah,
you're disseminating that, right?
definitely. Through trial and error. I know I don't really share this part of my journey too much anymore, but I got into short-term rentals March 2023. Got my first two short-term rentals with my wife in Miami, and we did zero market research. We just jumped in that market because, we're millennials, we're in our 20s, and Miami was always the hot spot. Spring break, that's where your friends is at. So we was like, people go to Miami, let's get short-term rentals in Miami. And man, not only did I get in at the end of high season, right? So I had one great month. My first month, I'm thinking I'm a genius. And then 6 months straight, I lost money. I paid too much in rent, didn't understand the market, didn't understand how I needed to design my units, didn't, I just didn't know, what I did not know. And it was, so detrimental. So, after going through that, paying for more mentorship and, getting around people who's not only doing it, but understand what they're doing, constantly expanding and, willing to give me a hand up through trial and error, I was able to, put my own version of what I'm learning, what I've learned, what I'm going through, what I'm doing that's working like hell into all of this right here. And this is what I still, refer to help me on my journey and make sure that I'm crossing all the signs. Like on this deal, I spoke about market research, the things that I put in the house, raising funds, right? Like we're gonna get into the numbers. I put literally, I'm not gonna share how much I put, but I put, literally not that much money to get this deal started. And I had private money lenders, right? So that goes hand in hand with the business structure part, how to set up my entity for myself and my lenders, the partners, learning who to really do business with. I've also learned that through trial and error, man. So, your partnerships will definitely make or break, your experience in business, and you want to make sure you're picking the right partners. And of course, market research and picking profitable locations. These are five sections in the summit that that really helped me get this deal done and see it to the finish line.
Nice, nice. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome stuff, man. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, you can see that and our summit. Again, that's the person who invited you about getting into the summit. But we also have a support community that we're a part of, where we support investors not only in short-term rentals, but in other investment strategies such as wholesaling. People thinking about getting into rentals, buying holds. We have a lot of. You can see 5 days a week we're supporting new investors. So if you want to learn more about that, definitely connect with one of our people in our community, who person who got you here, and learn more about our support and guidance. Also, he's mentioning a lot about his STR Nation. We do have STR Nation weekly calls where we focus solely, as you can see, the topics on short-term rentals and how to help people in that guide in that mission. And I love what Chinadu says. I want you to all have profitable deals. Get into a profitable deal, right? As you saw, he said his first one, he just kind of picked the spot on the map and went. And that can really hurt you and it can really wipe you out if you're not really careful. So definitely
Let
ask
me
the
paint
question.
the picture, right? Let me paint the picture, right?
Yeah, paint the
I
picture.
was, how old was I? 3 years ago, I was 25, newborn baby,
Mm.
living in my fiance grandmother basement, no job, right?
Ooh.
Inconsistent deal flowing on my first deal, out of excitement. I just signed a lease and I got busy. And man, it was so detrimental, bro. Like it really killed my desire to be in business like ever again. So I like my goal, number one, is to make sure nobody does an unprofitable deal, right? Like it's always fun when you making some cash flow, right? Every single month. And also to not be a slave to this business. So, definitely, that's all I'm preaching. Do profitable deals. Definitely showing people how to do that. And that's my mission.
Boom. Who was
Nice. So yeah,
close?
this is a management deal. So I found the lead, I found the market, I found the location, I found the landlord, I negotiated with the landlord, I identified it was a great opportunity, and then I reached out to my accountant. My accountant definitely he's always been telling me he's been doing my taxes for about 4 or 5 years, so this is a part about leveraging your relationships and the people that know you, but most importantly, the people that know you with money. And in the summit, I definitely talk about how to have those conversations. So I showed my accountant this deal. He loved it. I shared with him my experience in this market over the last year and change, what it can project to make, the comps, how we're going to design it. And he was like, perfect. So he put 25,000 towards this deal out of his own pocket. And and we got the deal started. So furnishing and decor and security deposit was 25K. And then permit and labor fees was 3,500. I did come out of pocket for the 3,500 because as we were, after I already received the money from my account, 25K, I just kept getting ideas. And I was like, ooh, this would be so nice if we did this. This would be nice if we did this. So, I was just like, 3,500 is not to say that it's no money, but it's no money, so I was definitely willing to put that money out of pocket. So, this is a great example of how you guys can do deals with little to no money because it really could have been zero. So the rent payment, including the washer dryer that I'm financing, is $2,500 a month.
I think somebody hit both of those numbers.
Yeah,
20.
they definitely did. Utilities and internet, $500 a month. Maintenance and operation, which includes like my software, my virtual assistants who handle all the day-to-day stuff, the cleaning team, the handyman team, whenever we need to call them, about 4,700. And on average, we should see about $5,700 a month, which is an estimated cash flow for the total deal of $1,000.
Nice. I'll take a G. Somebody came up with somebody. I don't think somebody hit a G, but they hit 1,100, 900. They were right around it, which is nice. I like it. Listen, for no money out of a little bit out of pocket, I dig it. I dig it all day.
Who would do this deal? And who would not?
Me, for sure. All day and twice on Sundays.
If you would do this deal, throw a Y in the chat. If you would not do it, throw an N in the chat. I'm curious. Yes, for those who are like, yeah, I'll take 1,000 a month. No, for those who be like, nah, I pass.
No skin. Ryan needs missing info.
Oh God,
Ryan
Ryan.
says
I gotta
inconclusive.
hug Ryan
I think
sometimes.
Ryan.
Gotta give Ryan a hug.
How would you determine? It depends on you, what you feel you're comfortable with. What's up, Margaret? Good. Okay.
How would I good
It's a
Yeah.
great question.
how
It
would I
is a good
determine
question.
if
It
this
is a
is a
good
good
question.
deal? Well, it's a good deal for you, right? Like it's, good deal is
It-
relative to the individual. So I'll
yes.
be the first person to say, no, I wouldn't do this. Right. So everybody else is saying yes. I'm saying no.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do it personally. So, everyone has their own reasons why they say yes. And I have my reason why I would say no. So it's up to you.
So yeah, this is the management slide. We can go to
Yeah,
that.
so this is the second half of the number, how like basically like the waterfall of how the cash flow is going to be separated. So on the initial when they sent the 25K, it was I kind of just rounded up. It really came out to 24 something. So I got to keep the $625 difference. And on the cash flow, they are the person on the lease. They're going to be getting 60% of the cash flow, which is estimated $600, and I'll be getting 40% of the cash flow, which on average is going to be $400.
I dig it. Dig it, dig it, dig it. All right. So that's the cash flow breakdown. Any questions you have in the chat, definitely put them in. That's the management deal. Management. Again, you can follow Chinadu and his management deals. How many up to 18, 19 short-term rentals now? I think you downsized some of them, but I'm not sure. He'll let us know.
Yeah, I'm at 20 again right now.
Yeah, 20 again. Okay. So Chinadu has 20 short-term rentals. You can follow Jason Bar Razor J, J Ruff, myself, and now we go to Q&A.
So, so Champ, how much management time are you gonna spend per month on this deal? Like, how much time you gonna spend managing this property?
A month, maybe like, I would say maybe between like 6 to 10 hours a month, give or take.
Okay. So 10 hours a month. Okay, I like that. For $400 cash flow, right? Because he's gonna talk about your cash flow. You said something about affiliate link when he talked about the Snoop Dogg book. Talk to people about the little money that you're gonna make just off of the affiliate stuff and like kind of like what that looks like.
Yo, the best part about growing up poor and having no money or no access to funds is that you get so creative, right? So, my goal is always like, how can I make money with no money, right? That's always been the motto. And, this short-term rental business is so amazing because, yeah, there's the $1,000 cash flow off just renting the house, but there's so many avenues and little umbrellas of how to really make this house a pig, bro. Like just a piggy bank, right? So Amazon affiliate links are definitely one of them. We put a bunch of cool, amenities, knickknacks, decor, and things of that nature in the house, knowing that at least 3 times a month, someone's gonna say, "Oh my God, where did you get this from?" And then we send them the affiliate link, they buy it. The link is live for 24 hours. What's so cool is that even if they don't buy that product and they buy something else or whatever was in their cart, we still get a commission on that. So that's one of the many ways that we can really turn that $1,000 cash flow into way more than that.
So I just wanted to ask that because this is a plug, bro. This is plugging people. And then my last question, then I'm gonna let them take it away. My last question is, what if or if you got any, what did you receive or if any concessions on your monthly, coming in, did you negotiate?
Nice. Yeah. So, typically when you rent a house, they want security deposit, which is 1 full month of rent. My rent is 2,500. So the security deposit should have been also 2,500, but we only paid $300 for the security deposit. So that was one break we got. For the first month, we started this lease in June. I got June's rent half off. So I only had to pay half of rent to start the deal. In July, we got a full 30 days free. So July, this month, wow, what's on July? Yeah, this month is just straight profit. Didn't have to pay rent or come out of pocket, after getting those first few bookings. So that, we always look to do deals with at least 1.5 months free rent.
My man, take it away.
Blessings.
Okay. Um,
Nice. Yeah, let's get the questions going.
all right. Ron, you got some or
You know I could pepper Chin do any time to let the
all
let the
right.
people go. Let
All
the
right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right, I'm scrolling up to find the first question. So if anyone has questions, please again, this is your time, Q&A time. Fire away, ask your questions. Some of you I definitely will do my best to let you come on off of mute to ask. All right, but the first one I think that I have, I hope I'm right. It looks like Ryan, and he want to know, is this your first house that you got marketing on Zillow?
Oh no. No, no, no. This is not my first house. I got marketing on Zillow. In fact, I didn't even find this one on Zillow. The landlord that I found on Zillow last year, this is his house, so he sent me this directly.
Nice, direct. Okay. Ms. Royalty wants to know, was your wife the one who did the design?
So the best things about, so remember my goal, right? My goal is one, everybody does profitable deals. Like we need money, right? So that's goal number one. And number two is to not be a slave to the business. So in the beginning, my wife was designing units, but we put a system around it. So now we can just plug and play. Like Ron said, he sees a bunch of familiar stuff. So we just plug and play the things that she's picked out previously. And it's just easy it's like we have our own catalog at this point to just shop from.
Hmm, interesting. All right. Next question is, Ryan wants to know, do you like the bigger properties because of um is because cash flow is higher or because the risk is lower and the cash flow is the same?
Uh, I mean, with real estate and everything in life, there's always risk associated. I like the bigger houses, one, because many operators in this business can afford to furnish the bigger houses. A lot of people go For the apartments, they probably want to spend like 5 to 10K on it, which most people can manage. But when you get the bigger houses, it's more square footage, more space that you have to furnish. So I like bigger houses, less competition. And two, it attracts a larger group and a certain kind of group who can split $5,000 on a weekend, no problem. So it's all the same work, to be honest, whether it's a smaller house, bigger house. I just want the work I'm putting in to be as much squeeze out of that juice as possible. So yeah, definitely more cash flow on the bigger houses.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna ask. Nah, wait. Uh, the time went. Oh, I don't know if well, you can answer it now because we kind of did answer, but I want you to answer. So, besides, question was about like how would he determine if this is a good deal based on these numbers? Like, how would he determine it? So, how would you answer him on that question?
Okay, so yeah, like you mentioned earlier, good deal is relative. Like Jason said he wouldn't do this deal. I know some people on this line probably wouldn't do the deal, and some people will. And I'm one of the people who actually did it. So, the numbers worked for me. It worked for my accountant, most importantly. It's so great to leverage your network and work with people that have money but don't have the knowledge, so you can find them a great opportunity. I think my accountant's gonna recoup his money in X amount of years. I'm really not sure at the moment, but I know it's a 28% return on investment, in year one. So that was a great deal for him because he's an accountant, he understands numbers, and he knows it's going to be a challenge to find those kind of returns in year one, almost anywhere, right? And it was a good deal for me because I put up 3,500, make on average $400 a month. Of course, it can definitely get more than that. But I get my money back in 8 months and still get the cash flow every single month for the next 36 months or so. So it was a great deal for me. I already have properties in the area, so it was just in addition to, what I already have going on. And it helps me keeps my costs lower as well, the more I get deals in this area.
Yeah, actually, to piggyback off that, right? So when I say I wouldn't do it, I wouldn't do the as being the investor into it with the 25 grand. And again, that's, relative how you look at it, because the accountant might look at it as, hey, if I take 25 grand and I put it somewhere else and you did mention that the lease was like 3 years, right? So if they took the 25 grand and put that into a bank account, how much would they get on their return, right? So the accountant's probably like, yo, I got 25 grand sitting, not really working. So if I take that 25 grand and I'm basically taking it out of the bank account and I'm just setting it in a a closet or a safe inside this house, so to speak, right? That 25 grand sitting there, he's getting, what was it? Like $600 every single month,
Yeah,
right? So if you look at it that way, if you got money parked that you're not really working with, then yeah, move forward. It makes sense. It's a good deal. So that's why I say it's relative. But for me, if I got 25 grand, I'm going to take it and throw it into a fix and flip, right? To make it differently. So that's why I say no. And then also for you though, I would do it if I'm the manager, right? So it depends on the position you're playing and then also your reasoning behind it. So
hmm
we as investors have to look at what position would you play and then how the money works for you in the situation. So I just wanted to kind of more express the reasoning, my reason for saying no. And, I'm pretty sure other people have their reasons for saying yes or no, right? So you have to, well, you don't have to, but it makes sense to back up your reasoning as to what your reason for coming up with your answer.
definitely. Great question.
All right. I just answered Jessica's question. Yeah, so the lease is 3 years. If we didn't say it, we got it. It came out now. Um, what else? Everyone's here to do it. Okay. Ryan again says, do you make money for management before you pay the accountant? So I guess we kind of answered that, but I guess you could break it down again.
Do I make money before I pay the accountant? I mean, okay, I get his question. The way the deal is structured is whatever the cash flow is, he gets 60% of it and I get 40% of it.
So I guess it's kind of they're just using the cash flow to pay each other back at that percentage and then how it pans up. So they kind of get paid simultaneously, but the splits
Yeah.
of the split. All right. Simon wants to know, are all of your STRs arbitrage?
Are all of them arbitrage? Half is arbitrage. Finally, half is management.
Mm,
Yeah.
Um,
Management is a great way for you guys who really think money is the challenge. It's cool. You could definitely do deals with no money or little to no money or whatever budget you have, as long as you have the knowledge of, how to identify great opportunities, do the market research, and structure the deal so you can leverage other people's money and you partner with them and leverage your knowledge.
ooh. Arturo says, I guess he meant why, yes, he would do the deal, but then he asked, how does he pay back? How do pay back? I guess he's saying he wanted to say, how do I pay back the down payment? So he's saying, yes, he would do the deal, but then his question is, how would he pay back the down payment that he put up?
And here was kind of all the money that I put up, the 3,500.
Yeah, Arturo, come off of mute. Are you referring to Chinadu's portion or are you referring to the other person? Where are you? Come off of
They can
mute.
come off mute now.
You answered it already.
Oh, okay.
That was far along above, but he answered it already. How the 60% and the 40% was going to pay back the investor with it. So, thank you.
You
And
got it.
here's the cool part, it's management. So technically, not even technically, what it really is I'm not paying anybody back. I didn't take out a loan. I don't have any debt on it. It's their deal, their money. I'm just managing it for them. My accountant's busy. He does immigration as well, so he doesn't have time to talk to guests, put up listings, file claims, inventory, all that, all the moving parts that comes with this business. So that's also the great part about management. You can, do deals risk-free on your own and kind of go from there.
Ooh, so I guess that answers Ryan's question. He said, how much money are you personally going to spend per month on this deal? And that's nothing. You're just managing.
Yes.
All right. So that's what I said. If I was in your shoes, yes, I'm in. And even the 3,500, you just said, hey, I'll pay that because you started having ideas, right? That was your thing. But really, you probably didn't have to even put up the 3,500. You could have made it happen without. It was just you was like, yo,
Yeah.
I want to rock out. I want to do this. So it was something that you wanted to do as opposed to having to do. So that makes it all, you know.
Here was my thought process, right? I saw like, yeah, of course, I ran my numbers at 5,700. I'm going to stand behind it. But I saw other listings and even my own properties that were making like 6,500 a month. And I'm like, ooh, I know if I spend at 3,500, we can definitely hit that consistently. So, that was definitely my thought process. So it's a $3,500 bet that I know is going to pay off for sure.
Right. I love it. Messiah, come off of mute. Ask your question.
Aside trying to figure something out.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, look,
Oh, okay. Hey guys.
let her cook.
Hey.
Come on and cook, my sister. So you did ask another question about the profitable deal, and if you have something else, go for it.
First question Jerry asked was, how much time are you going to spend? And you said 10 hours per month. And I said, no, no, no. How much time are you personally going to spend? I think I know the answer.
Am I personally going to spend like on this property?
Yes, Chinadu going to spend on this property.
Oh, like physically.
No, not physically,
Oh,
like
okay.
management wise.
Yeah, about 6 to 10 hours. It doesn't, thank God for systems, right? I really want nobody to be a slave to this business, because this business can definitely, eat up your time, So, shout out to my virtual assistants. for handling the day to day. But you know, I still spend time on the properties. I like to make sure every week that the properties are, you know, on track to hit their numbers, you know, so I can step in if needed. I like to make sure that the reviews are good, that they like if there's a problem that it got troubleshooted quickly, right, within a week or less. And you know, I have to make the owner reports at the end of the month, so that takes me about an hour and change. So yeah, about 10 hours a month is pretty much all I really need per property.
Okay. So you said you have 20, and then you said you have 20 for yourself, and then you said half of your, I'm gonna call it inventory, is the other half is management. So that means you got 20 and 20?
No, 20 total, 10 and 10.
10 and 10. So you spend about 6 to 10 hours on each, or 6 to 10 hours in total?
6 to 10 hours on each.
So 100 hours, 60 hours to 100 hours. Yo, a regular work week is 35 to 40 hours. So 60 hours or even 100 hours, that ain't bad, bro. You the man. You the man.
Oh. All right. Cool.
Listen, I love this deal. I'll do this any day, right? So anyway, that's just Ron's opinion. Let's get into it. Again, you can follow Trinity on all social media platforms. Relationship Rich, Jason McCracken, Bartender J, Jay Ruff, and myself.
That's it. All right.